Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Coming Clean. So today I want to talk about why most fitness programs do not work. I'll repeat that. Why fitness programs do not work. So, okay, first I want to start by saying almost everyone has some sort of fitness failure story. I have one myself, and it was on my postpartum journey. We might not realize it because, the holidays are coming up, and a lot of us are like super busy planning, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the parties that we have to tend to. But New Year's is literally right around the corner. If you think about it, it's literally in like November, December, 2 months, and like 2 months. Some people might be already starting to think about their resolutions, but I'm sure most of us, even like myself, definitely have not. The top New Year's resolution every year, it's to be healthier. And for most people, that includes exercising more and eating healthier. It can be such a daunting task, I guess you could say, like picking out a new program, figuring out what you're going to do at the start of your New Year's resolutions. I know that we've all got sucked into those programs that literally promise you the whole entire earth to achieve all of your goals and then some. However, more often than not, we end up not seeing the results that were promised. And then we kind of let our new routine become our old routine. And then by, I want to say March, probably a lot of us have, failed our New Year's resolution. Honestly, the same thing happens when we realize summer is about a month away. And or maybe we just have a big vacation coming up and we want to, be in a bikini on vacation. We want to look our best on vacation. So we look into that quick fix type of program or that super fast toning result type of platform. But usually, and sadly, they just really don't deliver. Then we find ourselves just really discouraged. And quite frankly, we just are back to square one. So today I wanted to share some of the reasons that I feel that this happens and hopefully give you some solutions. All right, y'all, let's dive into it. There are numerous reasons fitness programs fail. So first, I'm going to break them down into two categories. First category is mentally. It's us, basically. Mentally, it's us. The second one is the program itself. I'm sure you've heard this a trillion times, but fitness programs are no one-size-fits-all type of product. In fact, in order for them to be successful for you or for me, they need to be tailored specifically to us. More often than not, fitness programs fail us rather than the other way around. So right now, I want to jump into a few different reasons why fitness programs fail us. So fitness programs fail us because, number one, they're not tailored to our own personal ability or, skill or flexibility, which oftentimes allows injury, illness, us getting hurt, whatever it is. Number 2 is the program lacks focus. And what I mean by that is many programs out there are offering just too much, or they end up being too vague. And if they're offering too much, you might be a little bit overwhelmed. And if they're too vague, then you might be feeling like you're kind of clueless. Number 3, they try to appeal to all skill levels into that one size fits all type of program. And then it ends up being too hard or too easy because again, it's not tailored to you. Number 4, the program lacks proper coaching, which, it just kind of makes it hard for you to either properly follow it or have that accountability you might need, especially if you're doing an online program and you're not used to doing something like that. Number 5, it doesn't fit into your lifestyle. It might lack some allowance of rest, which is really needed, especially if you're not used to this kind of routine. And that's going to set you up for failure. And also with the lifestyle thing, if it doesn't take into consideration your lifestyle choices or your schedule, because, that matters. If we can't fit this into our lifestyle, how are we supposed to make it a habit and do it every single day? That's going to be difficult because as humans, we are fallible. And sometimes fitness programs don't work because you know what? Life happens. We get bored. We skip a day or a week because maybe we're on vacation. We forget to follow through. We get sick. We are too tired that day to go to the gym, or we just don't feel like eating healthy. Or oftentimes we just do not schedule the required time during the day. Because again, this new routine that we just aren't used to is hard. Routine, let me say that word again. Routine is vital. A routine is going to help you with your fitness goals. Most programs don't provide you with that necessary flexibility to fit this into our daily lives when we have work and we have kids and we have friends and a social life and family and just everything else on top of that. There is so much advice as to when and how to exercise. It can become extremely overwhelming. And with the such limited time that we have in our day, it is easy to cut out something that is so seemingly unimportant to us. And we then make excuses that exercising and living a healthy lifestyle is just too time consuming, or quite frankly, it's just too confusing. I was researching some things when I was trying to figure out, which direction to go with this podcast. And I was looking up some statistics, and the New York Post reported that 69% of Americans believe that introducing a good wellness routine would be helpful for them to get rid of other bad habits. But only 29 out of those 69% of people believed that exercising was convenient. A few things that I think that we can do that can be self-sabotaging for us getting results is that sometimes we don't give ourselves enough recovery time. And if we are sore or, those 2 to 3 days that could allow us to kind of get off our routine, we might not pick up our routine at the same pace as we were before. So having that like little break can sometimes get us, derail us from getting back into our routine. Or, we might attempt things. We might just be like, go balls to the wall. We're so excited about our plan, and we're really going to do this. And then we end up doing things unsafe, and then we get injured, which could, make us abandon our routine. We are all self-conscious sometimes, and that can impact our desire to go to the gym or show up for a new class for the first time, which can self-sabotage our results. Another big one that could cause us to self-sabotage our results is that we're doing everything right inside the gym, but the things that we are doing outside of the gym could be hurting our results, because I'm sure that you've heard the saying, you cannot out-train a bad diet. So if our nutrition isn't good, if we are eating too much or eating too little, or if we're just consuming a lot of the wrong foods, this can also self-sabotage our results. But how do we know how much or how little we should be eating, or of what foods? Because our one size fits all program, in quotations, is sabotaging us, because we are not seeing results that we should be seeing because of our one size fits all program, because we have so many questions and we don't know what to do. And is this, tailored to me? It's tough. Again, with those pointers that I was pointing out earlier in the podcast, is it too vague? Is it just too much information where it's overwhelming us and it's overloading us with things? And then we find ourselves going back to the old routines that didn't work in the first place, and that's no longer working for us now, because as the years change, we change, our goals might change, etc. Other things to consider is, when looking for a new routine or a new program, these are things that maybe you should ask yourself. What does your body need versus what do you want? Are your goals healthy? Are your goals achievable for your body type, for your fitness level, for your health? I wanted to look up the top 10 reasons why people say that they don't exercise more or at all. And it was so interesting to me, because I'm sure that a lot of us can relate to at least one of them. I know I could relate to a couple, but again, according to the New York Post, number one reason why people either don't exercise or don't exercise more is 42% of people, so almost half of people, said that they just don't have time. And that's one that I make an excuse of more often than not, is like, oh my gosh, I just don't have time. Number two, 35% said, I just don't have the motivation, which again, I've been there. I've woken up and did not have the motivation to do it. Number three is 25% of people said, I don't like exercising. And you know what? Some days I don't like it either. But I know that the way it makes me feel, and that quote I'm sure you've heard is, you never regret an exercise, that is so true. I've never regretted going to the gym. I've never regretted an exercise that I've done. Number four, 23% said work or kids get in the way. Number five, 23% also said they just feel too old. Number 6, 22% said that I don't see results. Number 7, 21% said they don't have equipment at home. Number 8, 20% said it's just too expensive. Number 9, 19% said it's inconvenient. And number 10, 18% said the gym is too far away. So when I look at this list, like I said, I can definitely identify some excuses that I've made through this list. I don't know if y'all can kind of think back to those 10 and think which one of those excuses you've made as well. When it comes to fitness programs, most programs are not going to be suitable for you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad program. They might not, match up with your schedule. They might not match up with your goals. Might be inappropriate for your skill level. They might not be hands-on enough. Or they simply might contain a type of fitness that, you just really don't enjoy. But let me tell you this. Just as there is not one program that will fit us all, there is not one solution that will fit us all either. We personally have to determine for ourselves what is the appropriate program for us and then go from there. A trainer or a professional can really help us go, on our way. Even if we go to them and we just want them to help us identify our goals or help us feel like a little less intimidated in the gym. I feel like that's such a great way to go to a trainer, is maybe to get you going, to get you feeling less intimidated, more prepared, see how they make, a plan, and you can kind of get an idea, and then maybe that will help kickstart your journey. Fitness is a lifestyle. It requires a lifelong commitment, just like anything else, in our lives. There are periods where we will be more dedicated to something, and there are periods where we will be less dedicated to something, and that we will want to put something on the back burner. But it's just as important to remember remember it and attend it regularly, and always come back to it if we fall off. We don't want to completely self-sabotage our own progression in life. What we can do is include fitness into our regular schedule, our regular routine, and consciously make it a priority to either put it on our, conscious mind, or if you need to write it in your daily to-do list, or even find an accountability partner to help you just find your groove. I wanted to write out some questions. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. And while you do, I wanted you to be honest with yourself completely. No one's going to hear you. And just answer these questions to yourself. You can also write them down. I'm a huge believer in writing them down. You can kind of brainstorm a solution from these questions. So ask yourself, why isn't this fitness program working? Is it the program, or is it my approach? Am I committed? What do I really want out of a fitness program? Because I'm sure I would hope, we all want to be our healthiest and best versions of ourselves. But are we willing to put in the effort? And are we willing to not rely on fad programs and, quick promises? I hope that this episode helps you guys ask all the right questions when it comes to finding a fitness program, and really consider finding out what you really need before getting into a program. I know that there are a lot of programs out there, and there might be some that you've tried that doesn't work for you. But again, like I said, it doesn't mean it's a bad program. It just wasn't for you. But remember, at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to find a program that does work for you. Just because you don't find something that works for you doesn't mean you should give up and that you're not meant to live a healthy lifestyle. It just means, all right, I tried that. Maybe these are the things that I learned. It didn't really work out for me, but it wasn't a complete wash. And then pick up the pieces and find something else. Before we sign out today, I wanted to get into the 5 things, and I want to give you the 5 reminders or questions that you should ask yourself when choosing a program, because this is so important. Number 1, what do I really want out of this fitness program? What is my goal? What do I want? I think of the Notebook. What do you really want out of this fitness program? Number 2, does this program fit into my lifestyle? Does this program fit into my lifestyle? Because this is so important. You need a program that fits into your lifestyle to make it a lifestyle and to make it a habit. Number 3, is this program tailored to my own personal needs and my ability? Number 4, will I enjoy this program enough to make it a daily routine? It is scientifically proven that we do things more often that we enjoy. So this one is very important. Do you enjoy it? And if you don't enjoy it, maybe give yourself a little bit of time to make it a routine, because you might then enjoy it. It might be a little hard for you at first because you're not used to it. And changing up your routine, if you've done something for a really long time, can be extremely difficult. But do you enjoy it? Number 5, does this program come with proper coaching? Because this is going to help you stay accountable. Incorporating a good fitness routine into your schedule can be a struggle. I totally understand. I have been there. I was off my routine for a while going into my postpartum journey, and getting back on was really hard. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy, and it takes some self-motivation. It is tragic when all of it just kind of seems like it's just wasted on a program that we try that doesn't work out because it was never designed initially to work for you. However, and let this sink in, the worst thing you can do is give up. So do not give up. And remember that the only person who loses in this scenario is you. Instead, reflect on what you're in control of and what is feasible and what is achievable for you. Because at the end of the day, it is up to you to find what works and what doesn't. And it might not be easy, but I am telling you, it will be worth it. That is all from me today. Everyone just remember, go to Apple Podcast, rate and review the podcast. If you aren't watching YouTube, go subscribe, y'all. And make a little comment in the comment box below and just let me know what topics or what you guys would like to see next. I love y'all, and I will see you next week.